Are you tired of being jolted awake in the middle of the night by that sudden, breathtaking pain of a leg cramp? That feeling like your calf or foot is being squeezed in a vice grip, where you're almost afraid to move or even stretch for fear of making it worse? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know that you are definitely not alone, and it is not your fault. This experience is incredibly common, especially as we get older. But it's about more than just the momentary pain, isn't it? It's about losing precious, uninterrupted sleep. It's about the frustration of your own body betraying you when you're supposed to be resting and recharging. While many people are quick to blame dehydration, the real reason is often a bit deeper. It's frequently about specific key nutrients that your muscles are crying out for. And the good news is, you don't need complicated pills or expensive treatments to get them. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 simple everyday foods that can help you finally get some relief. And be sure to watch until the very end, because I'll reveal a very common mistake people make when buying one of these foods, a mistake that could actually be making your cramps worse, not better. You won't want to miss it.
All right, let's dive right into our first cramp-fighting food, something that's likely already in your refrigerator, the humble egg. Now, eggs are a breakfast staple, but I want you to start thinking of them as your personal muscle maintenance tool. In fact, national nutrition data shows that eggs are one of the top 10 most popular protein sources for older Americans, and for good reason. They're soft, easy to prepare, and easy to chew. Each large egg provides about 6 grams of high-quality, complete protein. Complete means it has all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to fight back against sarcopenia, which is the scientific term for the age-related muscle loss that accelerates once we enter our 60s and 70s. But here's a critical fact. As we age, our bodies often develop anabolic resistance, which means our muscles become less responsive to the protein we eat. This is why the quality of protein becomes so important. We need protein with the right triggers, and eggs are packed with a superstar amino acid called leucine. I want you to think of it this way. Imagine the protein you eat is a pile of bricks, ready to repair the wall of your muscles. Leucine is the foreman on that construction site. It's the one who blows the whistle and shouts, "All right, time to get to work." It literally gives the command to start the muscle-building process, helping to overcome that anabolic resistance. If you find that little analogy of the foreman and the bricks helpful for understanding how your body works, do me a quick favor and tap that like button. It's a simple click that tells YouTube you find this information useful, and it helps other people who are looking for health solutions find this video. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's how eggs help build the muscle. But what about how they help control the muscle? This is where another dynamic duo inside the egg comes into play: choline and vitamin B12. Let's start with choline, found in the yolk. Think of choline as the telephone operator for your nervous system. Your brain needs to send crystal clear signals down your nerves to tell a muscle to contract or relax. When you're low on choline, that telephone line gets fuzzy, full of static. A misfired signal is exactly what can trigger a painful involuntary cramp. Now, every good operator needs well-maintained equipment. That's where vitamin B12 comes in. B12 is essential for maintaining the protective coating around our nerve fibers, called the myelin sheath. Think of the sheath as the rubber insulation around an electrical wire. If choline is the operator, B12 is the technician ensuring the wires are perfectly insulated so the signal doesn't short circuit. A cramp feels just like a short circuit. Each egg gives you about 0.5 micrograms of B12, which is a significant step towards the daily recommendation of 2.4 micrograms. And this is so important because some studies estimate that up to 20% of people over the age of 60 may have a B12 deficiency. A primary reason for this is a condition called atrophic gastritis, which reduces stomach acid and affects as many as 8 to 9% of people over 65, making it harder to absorb B12 from food. The tingling or numbness you might sometimes feel in your feet can be an early warning sign that your body needs more of this crucial vitamin. So, we've established how eggs help to build your muscles with protein and control them with choline and B12, but there's one more crucial piece to this puzzle, and that's vitamin D. You might think of vitamin D mostly for bone health, but it is absolutely critical for muscle function as well. Think of it this way. For your muscles to contract and relax properly, they need calcium, but your body can't effectively absorb the calcium you eat without help. Vitamin D is the gatekeeper that unlocks the door, allowing calcium to pass from your digestive system into your bloodstream where it can be used by your muscles. Without enough of this gatekeeper, you can have plenty of calcium in your diet, but your muscles will still be starved for it, leading to cramps. Furthermore, scientists have discovered that our muscle cells actually have specific receptors for vitamin D. This means vitamin D has a direct effect on muscle strength itself. Studies have even shown that getting enough vitamin D, at least 800 IUs per day, can improve balance and muscle strength, significantly reducing the risk of falls in older adults. So it doesn't just help build stronger bones, it helps build stronger, more stable muscles to prevent the fall in the first place. Now, it is very important to be realistic here. A single large egg yolk contains about 44 IUs, international units, of vitamin D. However, the official recommended daily amount for adults between the ages of 51 and 70 is 600 IUs, and that number increases to 800 IUs for everyone over 70. As you can see, you would have to eat an impractical number of eggs, nearly a dozen and a half, to meet your daily need from eggs alone. This doesn't mean eggs aren't a valuable source. They are an excellent contributor to your daily goal, a helpful piece of a larger strategy that should also include other fortified foods like milk or cereal and sensible, safe sun exposure. But here's a simple secret to get the most out of every egg you eat. Whenever possible, choose pasture-raised eggs. The science is simple. Chickens that roam freely outdoors in the sunlight produce more vitamin D, and they pass that extra vitamin into their eggs. Some studies suggest pasture-raised eggs can contain 3 to 4 times more vitamin D than conventionally raised eggs. It's like the choice between regular and premium fuel for your car. A conventional egg is like regular fuel, it works and provides good benefits. But a pasture-raised egg is like premium fuel. It gives you a much higher performance dose of this vital nutrient. It's a small, simple change in the grocery aisle that can make a real difference for your muscle health. So to summarize, the humble egg is a true powerhouse against leg cramps because it tackles the problem from 3 different angles. It provides high-quality protein with leucine to build and repair the muscle tissue itself. It delivers choline and B12 to ensure the nerve signals controlling your muscles are clear and precise. And it gives you a meaningful boost of vitamin D to support muscle function and calcium absorption.
Our second food is probably the one that immediately comes to mind when you think of leg cramps, and that is the wonderful banana. It has a well-earned reputation as a cramp-fighting superstar, but today we're going to look at the science of why it works so well. It's not just one nutrient, but a team of them working together. The star player in a banana is, of course, potassium. Potassium is a crucial mineral, but more importantly, it's a key electrolyte. Think of electrolytes as tiny particles that carry a small electrical charge when they dissolve in your body's fluids. Your body uses these tiny electrical signals to send messages between your brain and your muscles, telling them to contract and relax. When potassium levels are low, these signals can get weak or misfired, leading directly to the muscle weakness and painful cramps that might be waking you up at night. A single medium-sized banana contains around 422 milligrams of potassium. To put that in perspective,
The recommended adequate intake for women over 50 is 2,600 milligrams per day, and for men, it's 3,400 milligrams. So while one banana won't meet your entire day's needs, it provides a very significant and helpful boost. But potassium doesn't work alone. Its essential partner, also found in bananas, is magnesium. If you think of potassium as helping to carry the electrical signal, you can think of magnesium as the body's natural muscle relaxant. Here's how it works in a simple way. The mineral calcium is what tells your muscle to contract or tighten. Magnesium works as the opposing force, telling the muscle it's time to relax. When you're low on magnesium, the contract signal from calcium can become overactive, and your muscle can get stuck in a cramp, unable to relax. In fact, muscle cramps, especially those that happen at night, are one of the most classic signs of a magnesium deficiency. A single medium-sized banana provides about 32 milligrams of magnesium, contributing to your daily goal of 320 to 420 milligrams. And the teamwork doesn't stop there. Bananas are also a good source of vitamin B6. One banana contains about 0.4 milligrams of B6, which is nearly a quarter of the daily requirement for older adults. Vitamin B6 is vital for the health of our peripheral nerves, the very wires that carry the signals to our arms and legs. A deficiency in B6 can lead to symptoms like numbness and tingling, further contributing to faulty muscle signals. Now, there is one very important concern that many people, especially those with blood sugar issues, have about bananas, and that is their sugar content. It's a valid concern. Bananas do contain natural sugars, and if you have diabetes or pre-diabetes, you need to be smart about how you eat them. But you don't have to avoid them completely. The solution is simple. Never eat a banana by itself on an empty stomach. Always pair it with a source of healthy fat or protein. This could be a small handful of almonds, a spoonful of peanut butter, or eating it with a bowl of high-fiber oatmeal. Here's an analogy for you. Think of the sugar in a banana as cars trying to get onto a busy highway. Eating the banana alone is like opening all the on-ramps at once during rush hour, which is like a blood sugar spike. But when you add protein and fat, they act like a friendly traffic controller. They stand at the on-ramp and let the cars, that is the sugar, onto the highway in a slow, orderly fashion. This prevents the traffic jam and keeps your blood sugar much more stable. So that's how you can enjoy a banana, even if you have blood sugar concerns. But what if you simply don't like bananas, or you're looking for other options to get these vital cramp-fighting minerals? The great news is nature provides many alternatives. For other potassium-rich powerhouses, you can turn to foods like avocados, sweet potatoes, and especially dark leafy greens like spinach. A baked potato with the skin on is also an incredible source of potassium. For magnesium, avocados and spinach are fantastic choices again, alongside various beans, lentils, and nuts. I'm curious, what is your go-to remedy when you feel a leg cramp coming on? Is it a banana, or perhaps one of the other foods I just mentioned? Share your experience in the comments below. Reading through your personal stories and tips is incredibly helpful, and it allows me to understand what you're going through so I can make better, more relevant videos for you in the future. Now, there's one more critical point to discuss when we talk about electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. Getting these nutrients into your body is only half the battle. You also have to ensure they can get to where they need to go, your muscles. And for that, you need a reliable delivery service. I want you to think of it this way. Eating a banana gives your body the electrolytes. These are the packages your muscles are waiting for. But you still need to drink plenty of water, which acts as the delivery truck. Without enough water, those valuable packages can't get delivered to their destination efficiently, and your muscles will still be left wanting.
So please, when you increase your intake of these beneficial foods, make sure you are also drinking enough water throughout the day to help them do their job. And for a little bonus tip, if you enjoy the taste, unsweetened coconut water can be a fantastic natural electrolyte drink. A single cup of coconut water can contain from 470 to 600 milligrams of potassium, which is even more than a medium banana. It's a great way to rehydrate and replenish electrolytes at the same time. However, and this is very important, because it is so high in potassium, if you have any history of kidney problems, you absolutely must speak with your doctor before making coconut water a regular part of your routine. For healthy kidneys, it's a wonderful option. For compromised kidneys, it can be risky. Always put safety first.
Our third and final food group for fighting leg cramps is one of my absolute favorites because of how versatile and powerful it is. I'm talking about nuts and seeds. I want you to think of them not as a simple snack, but as tiny, concentrated nutritional powerhouses. Each small handful is packed with cramp-fighting minerals, heart-healthy fats, and plant-based protein. While they contain a good amount of potassium, their real superpower when it comes to cramps is their incredible magnesium content. As we discussed, magnesium is the body's great relaxation mineral. It's the off switch for muscle contractions. If you constantly suffer from muscle twitches, spasms, or cramps that strike in the middle of the night, it's a classic sign your body may be crying out for more magnesium. And nuts and seeds are, by far, one of the richest dietary sources you can find. The numbers are truly impressive. For example, just 1 ounce of shelled pumpkin seeds, that's a small handful, provides a staggering 156 milligrams of magnesium, which is nearly 40% of the entire recommended daily intake for a man. Almonds are another fantastic choice, with about 80 milligrams in a 1-ounce serving. On top of that, nuts and seeds are brimming with healthy, unsaturated fats. These aren't the fats you need to be afraid of. These are the good fats that help to lower bad LDL cholesterol, keep your arteries flexible, and crucially, fight inflammation throughout your body. A key benefit we'll touch on more in a moment. But first, remember at the beginning of the video I promised to reveal a very common mistake people make that could actually be making their cramps worse? Well, this is it, and it has everything to do with the kind of nuts you choose at the grocery store. The single biggest mistake is buying roasted and, most importantly, salted nuts. Here's why that's a problem. Leg cramps are often caused by an imbalance of electrolytes, particularly sodium, potassium, and magnesium. The goal of eating potassium and magnesium-rich foods is to correct this imbalance. But when you eat heavily salted nuts, you're flooding your system with a huge dose of sodium. Sodium and potassium work in opposition to each other. So adding all that extra sodium works directly against the benefits you're trying to get from the minerals inside the nut. It can worsen the electrolyte imbalance and contribute to dehydration, which is another major trigger for cramps. Here's a simple way to think about it. Choosing salted nuts to fight cramps is like trying to put out a small fire with salty ocean water. You think you're helping because you're adding moisture, but the salt in that water actually makes the underlying problem much worse in the long run. So the takeaway here is incredibly simple but powerful. When you're buying nuts or seeds, always look for the words raw or unsalted on the package. That way, you get all of the incredible cramp-fighting, heart-healthy benefits without any of the counterproductive baggage. Now that you know to always choose unsalted nuts and seeds, let's talk about how you can use them strategically to target specific issues. While all nuts are healthy, some are superstars for certain benefits. If you deal with general aches, stiffness, or inflammatory conditions like arthritis, I want you to focus on walnuts and flax seeds. These are 2 of the best plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids. As we now know, omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatory agents.
They work inside your body to help calm the chronic, low-grade inflammation that can contribute to joint pain and muscle soreness. Adding just a handful of walnuts or a spoonful of flaxseed to your daily routine is a simple way to support your body's natural anti-inflammatory processes. On the other hand, if your main goal is to get the biggest magnesium boost possible to fight cramps, then your #1 choice should be pumpkin seeds. As I mentioned, just 1 single ounce of pumpkin seeds delivers an incredible 156 milligrams of magnesium, which is over a third of the daily need for many people. They are truly nature's magnesium supplement. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I'd love to eat more nuts, but they can be hard on my stomach. This is a very common and valid concern for many older adults. The high fiber and dense nature of nuts can sometimes cause digestive discomfort. But there is a very simple, ancient solution to this problem. Just soak them. By soaking raw nuts like almonds or walnuts in a bowl of water for a few hours or overnight, you help to soften them and break down some of the compounds that can make them difficult to digest. This simple step makes their nutrients more available and makes them much gentler on your system. Here's a nice way to think about it. Soaking nuts is like gently waking them up from a long nap. It makes them softer and readies their nutrients, making them much easier for your body to welcome and use. After soaking, you can simply drain them, rinse them, and enjoy them as is, or you can dry them out in a low-temperature oven to make them crispy again. If you want to keep receiving simple, practical health tips like this that you can actually use in your daily life, I would be honored if you would hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way, you won't miss the next video I release to help you on your health journey.
So there you have it. 3 simple, everyday foods that can make a world of difference in preventing those painful leg cramps. From the muscle-building protein and nerve-supporting nutrients in eggs to the electrolyte power of potassium and magnesium in bananas and the incredible mineral stores found in nuts and seeds. I hope this has shown you that you truly have the power to improve your health with simple, smart choices you can make right in the grocery store. Thank you so much for investing your time with me today. Your health is your most valuable asset, and I'm grateful you've allowed me to be a small part of your journey. And as always, no matter what your health goals are, please remember to drink plenty of water throughout your day. It is the foundation of good health. Stay well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.